Herr Professor has expressed a desire for all of us to gather in the drawing room at 1 o'clock. It's not quarter to one. He wants to convey something to the world, probably for a cause. He has no causes. He writes rubbish, grumbles, and feels jealous, nothing else. Uncle, all right, forgive me. Just look at her. She walks and sways from laziness. Very nice, very. You drone all day long. Drone, huh? How you don't get fed up with it? I'm bored to death and I don't know what to do. What to do? There's plenty to do if you only wanted to. For instance, you can help with the house, teach, treat the sick, what to do before you and father come here. Uncle Vanya and I used to go to the market to tell the flour ourselves. I don't know how, and it doesn't interest me. It's only in the novels of ideas that they teach and treat the peasants, but how am I all of a sudden supposed to just start treating or teaching them? But I can't understand how you cannot go and teach. Just wait and you'll get used to it too. Don't be so bored, my dear. You're bored, don't know what to do with yourself, but being bored and idle is contagious. Look, Uncle Vanya doesn't do anything and only trails you like a shadow. I've left my work and run over here to talk to you. I've become so lazy, I can't tell you. The Dr. Mikhailovich used to come see us rarely, once a month maybe. It was impossible to get him to come over. And now he comes over every day. He's abandoned his forests and medicine. You must be a sorceress. Why languish? Come on, my dear, my gorgeous. Be a good girl. The blood of a water nymph flows in your veins, so then be a nymph. Let yourself go at least once in your life, quickly fall head over heels in love with a water sprite, and plunge headfirst straight into a deep, still water, leaving Herr Professor and all of us at a loss for words. Leave me alone. This is so cruel. There, my joy, forgive me. I'm sorry. Peace. You would try the patience of a saint. As a symbol of peace and harmony, I'm going to bring you a bouquet of roses. I made it for you this morning. Autumn roses. Delightful, mournful roses. Autumn roses. Delightful, mournful roses. It's September already. How are we going to make it through the winter here? Where's the doctor? He's in Uncle Vanya's room. He's writing something. I'm glad that Uncle Vanya went out. I need to talk to you. About what? About what? Well, here, there. I'm so plain. You have beautiful hair. No, no. When a woman is plain, they always tell her you have beautiful eyes or beautiful hair. I loved him for 6 years. I love him more than my own mother. And I hear him every waking moment. I feel his handshake. And I look at the door, waiting and thinking that he might just walk in and see. I keep coming to you to talk about him. Now he comes here every day, but he doesn't look at me. He doesn't see me. I'm suffering. I have no hope. None at all. Oh, God, give me strength. I was praying all night. I often walk up to him myself, start the conversation with him. I look into his eyes. I don't have any pride left and can't control myself. I couldn't help it and confessed to Uncle Vanya yesterday that I love him, and all the servants know that I love him. Everybody knows. Does he? No, he doesn't notice me. He's a strange person. You know what? Allow me to speak with him. I'll be discreet and only drop a hint. After all, how much longer can you possibly remain in uncertainty? Allow me. Fine then. Whether he loves you or doesn't love you, it's not difficult to find out. Don't be embarrassed, my dear girl, and don't worry. I'll question him discreetly. He won't even notice. All we need to find out is yes or no. If it's no, then he shouldn't come here anymore. Yes? It's easier when you don't see him. We won't put it off, and we'll interrogate him right now. He was going to show me some blueprints. Go tell him that I wish to see him. Will you tell me the whole truth? Yes, of course. I think that truth, and no matter how bad, can't be worse than uncertainty. Trust me, my dear girl. Yes. I'll say that you want to see his drawings. Now uncertainty is better. There's hope at least. What's wrong? Nothing. There's nothing worse than when you know someone's secret and are unable to help. He's not in love with her. That much is clear, but why shouldn't he marry her? She isn't pretty, but for a country girl, country doctor at his age, she would make a wonderful wife. She's such a good girl, generous, pure. No, no, but that's not it. I understand this poor girl. In the midst of this excruciating boredom, when instead of people, gray smudges surround you, and when you hear nothing but vulgar things, when all they do is eat, drink, sleep, sometimes he shows up so unlike the rest, handsome, interesting, captivating, like a bright moon rising in the dark. Give in to his charm. Forget yourself. I think I'm taken with him a little myself. Yes, I'm bored without him. And here I'm smiling just thinking about him. That Uncle Vanya says that a water nymph's blood flows in my veins. Let yourself go at least once in your life. Well, maybe I should. Oh, if only I could fly as a free bird away from all of you, from your sleepy faces and conversations. Forget that you even exist in this world. But I'm timid and a little shy. My conscience would bother me. He comes here every day now. I can guess why he's here, and I already feel guilty and ready to fall to my knees before Sonia to apologize. Cry. Good day. You wanted to see my work, my artwork. Uh, Yesterday you promised to show me your work. Is this a good time? Oh, of course. Where were you born? In St. Petersburg. And you're educated where? At the conservatory. You probably won't be interested in this. Why not? I may not know much about country life, but I've read a great deal. Here at the house, I have my own desk in Ivan Petrovich's room. When I get when I get utterly exhausted and thinking of torpor, I drop everything and run over here and play around with this thing. And for an hour or two, Ivan Petrovich and Sophia Alexandrovna are clicking away on the abacus, and I sit at my desk next to him, daubing, and I feel warm, peaceful, and cricket is chirping. But I don't allow myself this pleasure very often, only once a month. Now look over here, a picture of a district as it was 50 years ago. Light and dark green represent forests. Half of the sea is forested. Where you see where you see red cross hatching on the green, it means there were elk and wild goats there. I'm showing here the flora and the fauna. On this lake lived swans, geese, ducks, and as the old folks say, there were endless kinds of birds, visible and invisible. They used to swarm like a dark cloud overhead. In addition to large and small villages, here and there you see various settlements, little hamlets and farmsteads, small monasteries and watermills. There used to be plenty of cattle and horses. You can see it marked in blue. For instance, this administrative district is colored deep blue, and here there used to be herds of them, and there were 3 horses per household. Now let's look down below. This was 25 years ago. Here, only 1/3 of the area is forested. The goats are no longer there, but the elk is still are. The green and blue are not as intense, and so on and so on. Now we move over to the third section, a picture of our district at the present. There are still places with the green, but it's no longer solid, only in patches. Gone are the elk, the swans, and the wood grouse. The old settlements, hamlets, farmsteads, and watermills are gone without a trace. In general, a picture of gradual but unmistakable extinction, which in another 10 or 15 years will become complete. You may say that its cultural influences, that the old style of life must give way to the new one. I understand if the cut down forests were being replaced by new roads, railways, plants, factories, and schools, the people would be healthier, richer, more intelligent. There's nothing of the sort. The same swamps and mosquitoes exist in the district, the same impassable roads, abject poverty, typhus, diphtheria, fires. Here we're dealing with extinction as a result of a back-breaking struggle for survival. This extinction is due to laziness and ignorance and a total lack of awareness when a cold, hungry, and sick person, in order to save his children and whatever is left on his life, instinctively, without thinking, clutches at anything that can provide warmth and satisfy his hunger and destroys everything, not thinking about tomorrow. Almost everything has already been destroyed. Yet nothing has yet been created in its place. I can tell by looking at you that you are not interested. But I understand so little about these things. There's nothing to understand here, really. You are just not interested. In all honesty, my thoughts are occupied with something else. Forgive me, I have to subject you to a little interrogation. I'm a little embarrassed. I don't know quite how to begin. An interrogation? Yes, a little interrogation, but it's fairly innocent. Let's sit down. It concerns a certain young person. We'll talk honestly as friends. In plain terms, we'll talk and then we'll forget what we were talking about, yes? Yes, it's about my stepdaughter, Sonia. Do you like her? Yes, I respect her. Do you like her as a woman? No. Just a couple of words before we finish. Have you noticed anything? No, I haven't. You don't love her. I see it in your eyes. She's suffering. Try to understand that and don't come here anymore. My time has passed, and I have no time. When could I? Whew, what an unpleasant conversation. I'm so uncomfortable as if I'd hauled 1,000 pounds on my back. Well, thank God we are finished. Let's forget about it. As if we've never even had this conversation and leave. You're an intelligent man. You'll understand. I'm all blushing. If you had told me a month or two ago, I might have considered it. But now, if she's suffering, then of course. Only I don't understand one thing. Why did you need this interrogation? You're very cunning. What do you mean? Very cunning. Suppose Sonia is suffering. I'm willing to accept that. But why this interrogation of yours? Please don't give me that surprised look. You know perfectly well why I come here every day. Why and for whose sake you know perfectly well. My sweet vixen, don't look at me like that. I'm a wise old bird. A vixen? I don't understand anything. A beautiful bushy polecat. You need new victims. I haven't done anything in a month, abandoned everything. All I do is seek you out greedily, and you look and you like it terribly. Terribly. Well then, I've been conquered. You know that even without the interrogation, I submit to you. Here, have me. You've lost your mind. A little shy. Oh, I'm higher and better than you think. I swear to you. I would leave here today and won't come back, but where are we going to see each other? Tell me quickly, where? At any moment, someone could walk in here. Tell me quickly. So beautiful, gorgeous. One kiss. Just to kiss your sweet smelling hair. I swear to you. Why swear anything? No need to swear anything. No need for extra words. Oh, how beautiful you are. What beautiful hands. But enough of this. Go. You're forgetting yourself. Then tell me, where are we going to meet tomorrow? It's inevitable. We have to see each other. Have pity. Leave me alone. No. Come to the forest preserve tomorrow around 2 o'clock. Will you come? Let go of me. That's terrible. It's all right. Well, it's all right. The weather is rather pleasant today, my most esteemed Ivan Petrovitch. The morning was overcast. It looked as if it might rain, but now the sun is out. In all fairness, it's a beautiful autumn we are having, and the winter crops are not looking too bad. The only thing is, the days are getting shorter. You'll do your best, you'll use all your influence to see that my husband and I leave this place today. Do you hear me? This very day. Huh? Well, yes, all right. Helene, I saw everything, everything. Do you hear me? I must leave this place this very day. Your Excellency, I'm a little under the weather myself. I've been sick for 2 days. My head is a little. Where are the others? I don't like this house. It's a labyrinth. 26 enormous rooms. Everyone wanders off. And you can never find anyone. Invite Maria Vasilievna and Ellen Andreevna to come here. I'm here. Ladies and gentlemen, please have a seat. What did he say? Later. You're trembling. Are you upset? I understand he said he's not going to come here anymore, right? Yes. Tell me. Yes? I can put up with illness, but what I can't stomach is this rural way of life. I have a feeling as if I fell off the face of the earth and landed on another planet. Have a seat. Ladies and gentlemen, please. Sonia. Sonia. Oh, she doesn't hear me. You two. Nanny, sit down. Ladies and gentlemen, point your ears, so to speak, to the center of attention. Maybe you don't need me. Can I go? No, we need you here more than anyone. Was it you wish from me, sir? What is it you wish from me, sir? So formal. Why are you getting upset? If I've done you wrong, please forgive me. Drop that tone. Let us get down to the cause. What do you need? Here's Mama. I'm starting, ladies and gentlemen. I've called you here, ladies and gentlemen, to tell you that the Inspector General is coming. All right, joking aside, this is serious. I've gathered you here to ask for your help and advice. And knowing your ever present kindness, I hope to receive them. I am a scholar, a man of books, and practical matters in life are alien to me. I cannot make do without the guidance of knowledge, people. And so I ask you, Ivan Petrovich, and you, Ilya Ilyich, and you, Mama. The thing is that Mane, manet omnes onav nox. That is to say, our lives are in God's hands. And since I'm old and ill and for that reason, I feel this to be an opportune time to make adjustments to my property matters. As much as it concerns the interests of my family, my life is finished, and I'm not thinking of myself, but I have a young wife and a daughter, still a maiden. It is impossible for me to continue living in the country. We are not made for country living. To live in the city on the income that we receive from the estate is also impossible. If we were to sell, for example, the forest, and this would be an extraordinary measure, not something we could do every year. We need to procure such measures that would guarantee us a constant, more or less fixed amount of income. I have come up with one such measure, and I have the honor of offering it to you for discussion. Skipping over the details, I'll cover it in broad terms. Our estate brings us, on average, no more than 2%. I propose we sell it if we turn the proceeds into securities. Then we'll receive anywhere from 4 to 5%, and I think we'll even have a few thousand left with which we would buy a summer house in Finland. Wait, I think my hearing is failing me. Repeat what you just said. Turn the money into securities, and with whatever money is left over, buy a summer house in Finland. No, not Finland. You said something else. I propose to sell the estate. Yes, that's it. You'll sell the estate. Fine, a brilliant idea. And where am I supposed to go? With my older mother and Sonia here? We'll talk about it in due time. We cannot do it all at once. Wait, up until now, obviously, I didn't have a drop of common sense. Up until now, I was stupid enough to believe that the estate belonged to Sonia. My late father bought the estate as a dowry for my sister. Up until now, I was naive and understood the law not the Turkish way, and thought that the estate had passed from my sister to Sonia. Yes, the estate belongs to Sonia. Who's arguing? Without Sonia's consent, I would never try to sell it. Furthermore, I propose to sell it for Sonia's sake. That's unbelievable. Just unbelievable. Either I've lost my mind or Jean, don't contradict Alexander. He does know better what's good and what isn't. No, give me some water. Say whatever you want. Whatever you want. I don't understand why you are so upset. I'm not saying that what I propose is ideal, and if everyone finds it unsuitable, I'm not going to insist. Not only, Your Excellency, do I feel great admiration for scholarship, but kindred affinities as well. My brother Gregory Illich's wife's brother, Konstantin Trofimovich Lakedamonov, you may know him. He held a master's degree. Wait, waffles? This is serious. Wait, later. Here, go and ask him. This estate was brought from his uncle. Oh, why should I ask? What for? The estate was bought in those days for 95,000 rubles. Father paid only 70, leaving a debt of 25. Now listen, the estate would not have been bought at all had I not given up my share of the inheritance in favor of my sister, whom I loved dearly. And not only that, but for 10 years I worked like an ox and paid off the entire debt. I regret having started this conversation. The estate's been paid off and is not in ruin thanks solely to my personal efforts.